Hariharan. I am Hariharan, contestant number 5.
I have 2 kids at home, and when our target speaker began her speech this evening, I was transported back to my 2 kids who are not little anymore. And I kept thinking about how they occasionally make me feel like prehistoric relic of dinosaur age. And they never ever allow me to forget that. Madam Toastmaster Falak, you brought out something which is so real today that a lot of us from the slightly not so young generation fail to occasionally understand and appreciate. We think that kids are getting spoiled and have become brats, but we don't realize, as you vividly brought out, that times have changed, kids have changed, attitudes have changed. And the way you went about describing all this was absolutely marvelous. And the child in you came through so very nicely. It was a beautifully woven story about how you and your sister have interacted and at times have had a disconnect. 2 young kids. But then, when you talk about a story has to be multi-dimensional. And I felt that with the rapid changes of technology going at such a rapid pace, you went so rapidly through your story that I felt left behind in terms of what you were trying to communicate. Because your message was unidimensional, mobiles and the internet. What about the fast food revolution? What about the shisha cafes? What about going out to eat more often? Some of those points did not quite connect with kids then, kids now, because that was the focus. And occasionally, I could not hear you too well because the mic was perhaps something which is a relic of my generation and not of your generation. Because you all don't believe in mics, you all believe in the power of your voice. The point is, when you talk about changes in children, I got the feeling that you were a little envious of your sister. That you were being left behind and your sister had overtaken you. And that little bit of envy showed through. I wish you had concentrated on the transition from that generation to this and what was the big difference, rather than cribbing about your sister and what all she made you feel. But in terms of a story, I think it was very well done. Excellent job. And if I was to look at those master objectives, you met the objective very well in terms of all the features. Extremely well done. All the best.
Thank you.